Okay, and I am back. In this video, or at least towards the end of it, we will learn how to play dice poker, or Yahtzee as most people would call it. It's a good game, and it continues throughout the entire game, at least until chapter 5. There's different levels to play. Obviously, you start off with novice. You have to play some novices first. Then in chapter 2 you can become a professional. In chapter 3 I believe that continues, and then, well, at the end of chapter 5 you become the greatest dice player in the world. So, since there's still a few minutes before the actual dice playing commences, I may as well talk about a simple strategy that I use to play. If you're good at poker and that, then you might not want to listen to my advice, but at least to get through this, an easy way to do it is to, when you first roll your dice, look to see if you have any pairs. If you have at least one pair, or 3 of a kind, or 4 of a kind, roll any of the dice that are not in that set, I guess. So say for example you get 2 3s, a 4, a 5, and a 1. Re-roll all the dice except for the 3s, because worst case scenario you will come out with a pair of 3s at least, and you'll have more than nothing. Because this has happened with the novice players. I'm not sure about the higher level ones. Or at least this happened on normal difficulty, is that the opponents would actually throw away pairs and 3 of a kinds to go for, say, a straight, which is good for you because it's more difficult, obviously, for them to get a straight than for you to get a 3 of a kind when you already have 2 of them. And another thing that's always good is to save before you play against these people, because if you don't want to lose your money, you save so that if you lose you can reload and keep trying. Even though when you do lose, you can bet more money and actually break even, at least to a certain extent.
Geralt.
How you doing?
I hope to start a business in Vizima, bringing in goods from Mahakam. Besides, the Breckenrigs are pressuring me.
The Breckenrigs?
I'm to wed Eudora Breckenrigs, but my future father-in-law puts too much stock on material things. The Common Cause mine, where I worked after the war, was a total failure.
I need to go. Talk later.
Okay, but after you talk to Zoltan, or after you play him once in dice, talk about playing the game for real money. He'll tell you who plays in this little area, and I do show myself winning these games. There's only 3 people in this section of the game that you can play dice with. Well, I get 4 counting Zoltan. One is Mikkel, a guard. You will see him later. One of them is Odo, who lives near the inn. And another one is Heron Brog. He lives near where you first found Zoltan. Now, in a later video when I first meet him, I try to play him in dice, but I forgot to talk to Zoltan about playing professionally, so the quest didn't actually come up. Now, I show it in a later video going back and talking to him, then actually going back to play against Heron. But if you talk to him right away, you don't have to run back to the inn and talk to him, which does take a while. So you can use my strategy just to help yourself get started.
today?
Geralt,
I found these strange dwarven dice.
it's poker with dice. Excellent entertainment. Requires less attention than cards, but the excitement's just as great. Dice are a dwarven invention. Became popular after the war. Not surprising, given every mercenary played it.
How do you play?
Let's play. I'll show you what and how.
I always bet the highest amount just so I can make the most money off of this. But if you don't want to risk, well, betting the highest amount, then you don't have to. Right there it even tells you what you have if, say, you can't tell or you don't know poker very well. Actually, if you have a physical copy of the game, in the manual it tells you the rankings and what qualifies you to have that ranking even. So see right there, I kept my 3 of a kind, threw away the other 2. Didn't get anything else, but I was guaranteed a 3 of a kind there. Which, well, I won that round at least. These games are always played on a 2 out of 3 rounds. To re-roll dice, you click on them, like highlight them like that, and then click on the roll button.
Greetings, handsome. You look tired. Wait, didn't you rescue that child at the gate?
By chance.
Chance. If only the local peasants chance to do good. What'll you have?
Nothing now, but sit for a moment.
Not likely. I'm a decent girl.
Don't be angry. Only a blind man could ignore you.
Such compliments, sir. What'll you have?
Goodbye.
Anything else?
Where's Alvin?
Abigail, a local soothsayer, offered to care for him. I hope I did right handing the boy over. She's somewhat strange.
I'll visit them.
Thanks.
Farewell.
Alright, right now I'm heading off to the starting point, or the point that I like to start the quest to light the sacred fires. And while I'm doing that quest, I will also be escorting Vesna Hood back to her home. Now, these 2 quests are pretty difficult to be done together because one's an escort mission, and the other one you're being attacked by a lot of monsters, which is a bad combination because she can die and you will fail the quest if you do that. Now, if it is becoming too hard to do both of the quests together, you can just do one of them and then do the other on a different night. Oh, I probably should mention this, but if you want to do the quest is called She's No Early Bird, which is a quest where you escort Vesna back home. She can only be found outside the inn at midnight to start the quest, at least. She will be harassed by some local thugs